Joined by head coach Justin Haire. Time for Campbell Baseball Monday conversation. Following a conference series win for your squad, what was most impressive about your team's performance this past weekend?
Well, it was big just the way they competed all weekend. Thursday night was a back and forth game. We found a way to kind of break through there at the end and kind of lock back in the late innings and found a way to come out with the W. And even on Saturday, Friday, game two, when we kind of got away from us late, our guys battled throughout and was pleased with their effort. And then Saturday coming through and again another back and forth game and just the overall competitiveness and the way they were locked in all weekend and really poured it all in. It was a fun conference series to get started with.
And a big part of that was your bullpen stepping up with Michael Horrell and Erik Dowse really leading the charge. How vital was their performance for your squad?
Oh, it's really important. Obviously, Michael, kind of filling a bunch of different roles for us here in the early season. He started some games. He's come out of the bullpen. He's a guy that's come in short relief, long relief. Through 8 innings. On Sunday last week. So he's his versatility is really, really important to us. And then having Erik Dowse there at the back end and he's really solidified that since Cole's gone down and really embraced that role and done a really good job for us there. So to be able to have some of those guys there in the bullpen really helps us out. We need to get a couple more guys, comfortable in some of those roles where we can have a few more options. And if we do, then we'll have a chance to maybe sweep some people.
We saw this past weekend, Ben Calvano got his first couple extra base hits of the season. Taylor gets the game-winning hit in the final game of the series. What have you thought of your offense this last week and a half, really hitting the ball well?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks, they've just, it's just a little bit of a maturation of where we thought that they maybe could be earlier in the year. We, as coaches, obviously want them to get there, from game one. But we have to understand it's a marathon and not a sprint. And these guys are still learning and getting better. And Ben Calvano's a guy that's got explosive, habits and things that, his numbers in junior college were astronomical, and so we're expecting a lot out of him, and he got out of the gate slow. I think he's starting to come on. He's a hard worker and a double or a triple and a home run, 6 RBIs in the first couple of games of the series was huge. Brian just, continued to do what he does there in the middle of the lineup and drive in runs and give us a chance to score and just all those young guys continue to mature and get better and put together better at-bats and compete for 27 hard outs.
Well, action this week gets started on Wednesday against UNC Greensboro. But then, more importantly, a conference series coming up this weekend at Radford, a tough place to play, but also a team that has some conference success in their own right. What's key for you guys as you jump on the road again and try to win another series?
Yeah, well, we can't overlook, obviously, the Spartans up there, UNC Greensboro. They're 18-6. Link Jarrett and those guys do a great job. I think they're leading the country in hitting, so we got to take care of business on Wednesday. And then we'll focus up for the weekend. Big conference series. All of them are big. They all count the same. They're all important. But Radford, defending conference champion both in the regular season and the tournament. They got a lot of guys returning from the offensive side. They lost some arms, and they've played a really tough early season schedule. But, really you can throw the records out. When it comes to Radford and Campbell, it's always a dogfight. Coach Rakuya is going to have their guys ready to go. Our guys need to be locked in and be ready for that competitive battle that's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 27 outs a day. And they better check in and ring the bell and come, ready to rock and roll because I know Radford's going to be ready. And we just got to go out and compete and fight and scratch and claw and hopefully give ourselves a chance to win.
Now, as you guys have kind of righted the ship, won 7 of your last 9 games, what has been most impressive to you, or what have you seen the most out of your team that's been surprising to you and your staff?
Yeah, I think it's just guys continue to get better, and again, as a staff, just like I said earlier, we want it to be, from game one, February 17th, we want to be firing on all cylinders, and sometimes that's just not the case. And with us and with a lot of new guys and younger guys getting a lot of experience, I think just us continuing to get better every day. And continue to focus on the things that we can control and focus on just the next 200 feet, not getting swallowed up in the big picture, not getting swallowed up in what is our overall record, but how can we get better today? How can we compete better today? How can we be the best competitors on the field for the next 27 outs? And when we focus on those small things, the big things tend to kind of fall in place for us. So the more we do that, I think the more success we'll end up having.
Well, as Justin mentioned, the Spartans coming to town on Wednesday here at Jim Perry Stadium, and then the weekend series on the road. So exciting stuff. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you, Evan.